What if you could skip the queue and go straight to permanent residency? No temporary visa first, no points test, no employer required. This is the National Innovation Visa, Subclass 858. And in this video, I am going to break down exactly who qualifies, how the process works step by step, what it costs, and how fast decisions are actually coming through right now. I am going to be straight with you from the start. This visa was built for people who have already achieved something significant in their field. If that sounds like you, or if you think it might, this video will give you everything you need to find out. Because the people who do qualify for this visa get permanent residency faster than almost any other pathway Australia offers, faster than employer sponsorship, faster than the points-based skilled stream, and without needing anyone's permission to apply. Let's start from the beginning. The National Innovation Visa. Subclass 858 is a permanent visa for exceptionally talented people from anywhere in the world. The government's own words describe it as being for established and emerging leaders with high caliber talent and skills who can make significant contributions to Australia's future. And it grants permanent residency directly, not a pathway to PR. Permanent residency from day one. Here is the key difference between this visa and almost everything else in the Australian migration system. Most visas require you to prove you fit a category, you have the right job, you have the right employer, you have enough points on a calculator. The National Innovation Visa asks a completely different question. It asks, what have you built, created, or contributed that sets you apart from others in your field? The government wants to see one thing above all else: an internationally recognized record of exceptional and outstanding achievement, not local recognition, international. Has your work, your performance, or your body of creative output made an impact that reaches beyond your own country? That is the standard, and in a moment I am going to show you exactly what that looks like in each eligible field. Let's get specific. The National Innovation Visa recognizes 4 eligible fields: a profession, a sport, the arts, and academia and research. I am going to go through all 4, and as I do, think honestly about where your own career sits. Field 1, a profession. This covers professionals who have reached a level of achievement that draws recognition beyond their own country. Think of professionals whose names carry weight in their industry through significant awards, leadership of national or international professional bodies, published contributions to their discipline, or a track record that peers in other countries point to. If your achievements in your profession have reached beyond your home market, this field is worth exploring. Field 2, a sport. This is for athletes who have competed at national or international level. The standard here is clear. You need a performance record that places you among the best in your country or on the international stage. Whether that is individual sport or a team discipline, if you have competed at that level, this field applies to you. Field 3, the arts. This covers creative professionals with a body of work that has achieved serious recognition internationally. Performers, filmmakers, writers, visual artists, musicians. The question the government asks is whether your creative work has made an impact beyond your own country, commercially, critically, or both. Field 4, academia and research. Researchers and academics whose work is cited, referenced, and built upon by experts internationally. If you have published findings that other specialists around the world rely on, or if your research has shaped your discipline beyond your own institution or country, this field is directly relevant to you. Now let's talk about the process. There are 2 steps before you lodge your application, and the order matters. Most people get this wrong, so I am going to walk you through it exactly as the government has set it out. Step 1. Before you apply for anything, you need a nominator. This is not optional. A nominator is a person or organization who is willing and able to formally attest to your achievements. They complete an official government form, Form 1000, and that completed form must be attached to your visa application when you lodge it. Now, who can be your nominator? It could be a university, a research institution, a professional body in your industry, an arts organization, a national sporting body, or in some cases, a prominent individual in your field who can speak credibly to your achievements. The key requirement is that they are recognized and relevant to the field you are applying under. Finding the right nominator is one of the most important decisions in this process, and it is something our team at Ultimate Migration actively helps clients work through. Step 2. Once you have your nominator confirmed, you submit an expression of interest. This goes directly to the Department of Home Affairs. Think of your EOI as your pitch. You are presenting your achievements and making the case for why you qualify. The department reviews all submitted EOIs and considers them against the program's priorities. If they like what they see, they send you an invitation to apply. One important thing about the EOI, once you submit it, you cannot add information afterwards. So everything needs to be complete, accurate, and well presented before you hit submit. Also, do not submit a second EOI if you already have one pending, unless your situation has significantly changed. And one more thing, your EOI must be submitted entirely in English. Any documents in another language need to be translated before submission. If the department invites you, the clock starts. You have 60 days to lodge your full application from the date of your invitation. The invitation contains a unique reference and identifier that you use when you apply. Miss that 60-day window and the invitation lapses. You would need to start the process again. Let's talk about evidence, because this is where applications succeed or fall short. The department is very specific about what they want to see. And the good news is they have actually published examples of what strong evidence looks like. So let me walk you through them. At the top of the list, prestigious international awards and prizes. The Nobel Prize, the Turing Award, the Breakthrough Prizes, the L'Oreal UNESCO Award for Women in Science. If you hold one of these, your case is extremely strong, but these are examples, not requirements. The government's list goes much further than this. For sport and the arts, the government names things like an Olympic gold medal, the Laureus World Sportsman or Sportswoman of the Year, the Pulitzer Prize, the Booker Prize, success at major national or international competitions, or a sustained record of well-recognized work with honors, accolades, and major commissioned works in the arts. For academia and the professions, the evidence list includes things like a research-based PhD from a top global university, recent publications in top-ranked journals, a high H-index, a national research grant in Australia or an equivalent overseas, keynote appearances at high-profile international conferences, relevant international patents, professional designations like academic level D or E, or current earnings at or above the Fair Work high income threshold in your area of achievement. There are a few more worth knowing about. Supporting statements from government, professional, scientific, cultural, or sporting peak bodies. Memberships or key appointments on industry advisory boards or committees. International media coverage of your achievements. Online business, personal, or academic pages that demonstrate your public profile. And connections with Commonwealth, state, or territory innovation hubs. One more important thing. Whatever evidence you submit, it must show recent prominence, not just a career peak from 10 years ago. The department wants to see that you are currently active and recognized in your field. Recency matters. So when you are preparing your evidence, think about what demonstrates your standing right now. Let's talk about cost. The government application fee for the primary applicant is $4,985. If your partner is coming with you, that is an additional $2,495, and each dependent child under 18 adds $1,250, no GST on top. And remember, this is permanent residency from day one. One application, one fee, Done. On top of the government fee, you will have professional fees for your migration agent. At Ultimate Migration, we are upfront about that from the very first conversation. What I will say is this: a well prepared EOI and a well prepared application gives you the strongest possible foundation. The cost of doing it properly the first time is always lower than the cost of starting over. Here is something we hear at Ultimate Migration all the time. People who look into this visa think they might have a case and then do nothing because they are not 100% sure. And that uncertainty costs them months, sometimes years. Our MARA registered migration agents sit down with you and assess your actual profile, your actual achievements against the actual criteria. And we give you a clear, honest answer before you spend a single dollar on an application. Head to ultimatemigration.com and take our free 5-minute assessment. No cost, no obligation. Just an honest answer about whether this pathway is real for you. If it is, we will map out exactly how to build your case. If it is not, we will tell you that too, and we will point you toward what is. If this video helped you, subscribe. We publish detailed migration guides every week. And if you have a question about the National Innovation Visa or any other Australian pathway, drop it in the comments. Our team reads every single one. Your Australian life is closer than you think.